The video you're about to watch is a preview of one of my online courses in fashion designing available at Fashion Premier Academy. To find out more about it, click the link below. Here's the preview. Okay, so let's get right to it. In this class, I'm going to show you how to drape a bodice. And I'll do two variations. I will do a 2-dart bodice. And I will also give you a demo on 1-dart bodice. Then I will show you how to take all this information from the drape, well, the cross markings and pencil marks, and transfer the information to dotted paper so that you will have a real pattern that you can use to cut real fabric. Okay? Before we get started with the draping part, let's get familiar with some of the terminology that we use while we are draping. This is the center front. This is the princess seam or princess line. This is the apex. The center of the bust is known as the apex, right there. Shoulder seam, this is your side seam. And as far as the waistline is concerned, when we mark the waistline, we use the bottom of the tape. The bottom of the tape is what we use as the waistline. Also, let's do a quick recap on grain lines. If this is our roll of fabric or muslin, the edge of the fabric is known as the selvage. Selvage here and here. The grain line parallel to the selvage is known as the length grain, and also we have the cross grain, and we have bias, 45-degree angle. All right. Okay, so muslin. We're gonna start with a piece of muslin, 18 inches across and 24 inches in length. 18 by 24. And the length, when I say length, I mean this is the selvage. This is the edge of the fabric, of the muslin. And we always want to drape where the edge of the fabric, the selvage, is parallel to center front. In other words, you want to drape like this, not like that. That's cross grain. There's always the exception to the rule, but 99% of the time, the selvage is parallel to center front. All right? Okay, next we start by drawing a grain line 1 inch away from the edge. 1 inch away from the selvage, we draw a 1 inch grain line, and then we divide the muslin in half and draw a cross grain perpendicular to center front. Now, most students, well, not most, but some students make the mistake of starting by draping like this. They place the muslin like this, and then what happens is you have no fabric to complete this section. That's why we have a cross grain, which tells us that this cross grain must come across the bust level, the apex level. So the cross grain crosses the apex, center front is pinned onto the center front, and so it looks like this. We place pins, and you want to put the pins at a certain angle. You want to put the pins at this angle because watch what happens if you do it this way. Guess what? This comes undone. You see that? So you don't want to do that. You want to put your pin at a certain angle, and the angle is like that, in this direction. Okay, so we put pins all the way across here. Now, this is the tricky part here. Be careful how you cut this. You don't want to go straight across this way. What you want to do is you go up about 1 inch or so from the neckline, go about 1 inch, and cut a little bit, and then go upward like this. So only this piece gets cut off. See that? And then slowly you clip the neckline so that the fabric falls nicely onto the bodice, and you might have to clip a little bit more so that the muslin lays flat on the form. And any excess fabric you can trim away like that. Okay, so, and then we'll put a pin right where the neckline meets the shoulder. We'll put a pin right there, like that. Okay, pin. And basically now what happens is that all this fabric, this becomes one dart, the waistline dart, and this excess fabric becomes the shoulder dart. Thank you for watching this video. Check out all the courses available at Fashion Premier Academy by clicking the link below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you will be notified when I post new videos, which is every week. And if you have a specific question for me, please email me at ninovia@me.com. I'll see you in class.